I am so excited for today's video. I wanted to bring Micah on so that we could come and really talk about what it is we do for a living and how we are able to bring in an average of $10,000 to $30,000 a month. What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Rochelle, and I'm back with another video.
Aloha.
Now, just because we are traveling does not mean we don't stop recording content. For one thing, my boo is here.
Hello, everyone.
This is my husband, Micah. If you don't know, I get a lot of questions in the comments. Rochelle, is that your net pay? Is that your gross? That must be your gross. You are forgetting to take out taxes. No, this is our actual income. But I want you guys to know this is actually a hard video for me to make because, first off, I consider myself to be a humble person, and it feels like bragging the whole fact that we're even bringing this up and having this conversation today. But I want to share the journey with you and let you know it wasn't always this way. I mean, there were times, if you look back at some of my day one videos, if you've been around and watched my channel for a long time, I'm going to put an eye in the sky to a playlist which starts with my very first content, like my first Dave Ramsey inspired budgeting videos, where I was bringing home $400 a week. And guess what? I was budgeting it out, okay? So I love being transparent. It's my favorite thing to do on my channel. We try to share actual numbers and share our actual experiences in hopes that you can understand a little bit more behind the numbers that you see me just throwing out at you guys in my budget videos, because I know it is a lot of money, but just know it was not always this way.
And it's not always going to be this way.
Boom. Boom. It might be more. Okay, it might be more. It might be up, so it's stuck. We don't know. But anyway, this is why I want to have Micah here, because he is so chill about the whole thing. I'm like, babe, you brought in $30,000 last month. And he's like, oh, nice. And I could also be like, 2 years ago, boo, we brought in $1,000 this month. And he's like, okay, nice. Like, so I want y'all to know what I have to deal with this man. Okay, so first off, I stay focused because this video will not be 30 minutes. That is my goal. Do not let this video get 30 minutes long.
But if it is, watch it all.
This is going to be a good one. I am going to share our June passive income report, and then we're going to talk about the July passive income report. Both reports are our best months ever. I just want to say that. I'm just going to warn you, okay? So first off, what I consider to be passive income is money that I can make while I sleep, and or it takes little to no work to make this money, and or I enjoy doing the work that it takes to make this money. Like, I actually consider it to be fun. Prime example, YouTube. My YouTube income I love to make because I love making YouTube content. So it's just awesome that I get to monetize it now. Bump that. We're starting. Okay, we're starting because I feel like I'm already fine. I forgot to start my timer. I'm starting it now. For the month of June, I like to put everything into buckets. So this is just how I diversify our income, diversify our spending, diversify our tracking. So for the first bucket, rental income continues to be our #1 source of income outside of my husband's full-time job. And so for the month of June, we brought in $600, and that is for a home that we have in Maryland that we rent out to a tenant. They have deeply discounted rent because they have suffered through multiple renovation projects, active construction zones going on in the home, and so they have taken that on and knowing that they get to have cheap rent. So the rent will be going up next year now that we know the renovations, the big ones, are all done, and they are already on board with that because they are enjoying the renovations already. So boom, there you go, $600. Next category is our credit card cashback. We are credit card users. We tend to be more responsible than not. This last couple of months has been kind of shoddy. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I do have some credit card debt, but we also had some unexpected events that happened, such as Micah needed a MacBook all of a sudden, and I bought flights, for us to travel, which is what we're in the middle of doing now, because I do have my mom being very sick, my grandma just passed, all that jazz, a lot going on. But you know what? We will get through this storm. So for the month of June, we brought in $122.48 in cashback rewards. So that is flight miles and points, and also actual cashback from our 4 or 5 major credit cards that we use. Next category, receipts cashback. I have not been doing really good with this, but I love using Fetch. If you want to know how you can start your own Fetch free account and start collecting points immediately that you can use to redeem for gift cards, link will be in my bio. For the month of June, we brought in 625 points, which is kind of low. I usually like to go for like 3,000, 4,000 per month, but it's okay. Next category is interest and surcharge reimbursements, $13.51. And basically that comes from our bank accounts that we have at a certain bank, which I have named this bank in previous videos before. Check out my playlist of this type of video where I share my passive income report every month. But they give us, they reimburse us every time we use an ATM and have to pay for an ATM surcharge fee. Now they also give us interest based on whatever our balance is at the end of the month. Next up is my Amazon affiliate marketing. Kind of tanked, did not do well in the month of June, only 70 cents. I'm still taking it, okay? I am in the beginner's phase of my Amazon affiliate marketing. What that means is if you ever look at the description of my videos, you will see links to different items that I use in my videos. If you click on that link, I make a small portion of money because I'm doing free advertisement for Amazon. Next up is my newest category that I just started adding last month, actually in the month of May, and that is gifts. That's right, people. Passive income includes gifts. You got to think outside the box here. If someone ever slid you $5 for gas money, that's a gift. Count it up. Remember in my last video how much I made. You got to watch and see how much I made from gifts. I tell you what.
Ooh, okay.
Nice gifts, okay? So anyway, for the month of June, I received a $3 Amazon gift card from a friend who doesn't have Amazon Prime, but she knows that I do. And I buy stuff for her every once in a while. And so she always sends me any free gift cards that she gets. We also received a $50 check from a friend of the family to help cover my grandma's expenses for her funeral. We also received anywhere between $500 and $1,000. We'll just say $500 because I'm going to be honest, I did not closely track it because I was too busy grieving. But additional money from friends and family, cash, received to go toward my grandma's funeral expenses. So I'm just so grateful for the village that I have. They supported me mentally and emotionally, but also financially. Not to say we needed the money at all, but it was nice that they were thoughtful enough to give it to us to make sure we were good. Next up is our retirement/employer match, and this is why I'm glad Micah is here, because y'all, I'm still green on this. Now, basically what we're going to do is carve out a little piece of this and talk more about how your retirement money can start to work for you now. So basically, you're investing money every paycheck. Say you're putting money to the side every pay, even if it's $10. And you're like, okay, this money is money that I'm going to use when I turn 60 whatever or 70 whatever, once we are at the age of retirement. And basically, if you work for a company that does employer match, they will add this money. They will either match the money that you're putting in up to a certain percentage, or they may even match it entirely every pay. Y'all, that is free money. Please look at your blow the dust off your old HR packet when you first got hired and make the business office manager do some money. Call them up, do some work, do some money, do some work. Call them up and say, hey, listen, how do I get this started? Because it's free money that you could be missing out on. Okay, so Micah's current 401k. I'm not going to talk about how much it did for the month of June. This is lifetime. Okay, so this is the job that he just started in like 5 or 6 years ago.
Right.
They have matched $9,728 to his investments. I don't know, what do you call it?
To my contributions.
To your contributions. That's why I bring you here. $9,728 matched. That's free money. That brought his current 401k investment up to $33,819. Not bad for the first 5 years, but we definitely want to ramp it up. How you feel about $33,000 in your first 5 years of working with this company?
Could be better. I know I stopped making 401k contributions for a while because we had some things come up and we were focusing on paying off bills instead of making contributions, which is fine short term. But long term, you want to look at the big picture, and I could have did more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially now that this is coming to an end, because we are transferring to a new company under the same umbrella so that we can live in Hawaii and work in Hawaii. and they don't do employer matching.
At all. Going to miss that.
Going to miss that. And so speaking of employer matching, let's talk about Micah's old 401k. This is the big kahuna. This is the one that we had from his first job. This has just been building compound interest over time. For the statement period April to June, his 401k grew by $5,991.27 in 3 months. I think that's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And to talk about what you were talking about, employer matching.
Oh, I didn't tell him to offer how much. Sorry.
Okay.
So that old 401k is now at $96,000.
Right.
That's the big picture. So this is his previous company that he used to work for. They still hold on to his 401k for him, then manage it for him. Even though he doesn't work there anymore.
So to talk about the importance of knowing how your 401k is managed, whether your employer matches or whether they make contributions to it. My old employer, my pay wasn't all that great, but therefore they handled my 401k very well. I put maximum $10,000. I think it's really less than that because when I look at my statement now, it shows how much that grew, and so it's really less than $10,000 I put in there. But they matched everything except for like maybe $50, and then they had $10,000 as well that they added into it. And then instead of we got bonuses, but a lot of bonuses went straight to our 401k with profit sharing at the end of the year, and that amount was $75,000.
He just looked all this up, y'all.
Yeah.
It's crazy. $75,000 from his job.
Yeah, just added into my 401k. So even with the lower pay, they made it up for it. Made up for it in other things. I remember my last year when I left the company, I still was a part of the profit sharing for that year. So in December, they called me up and said, "Hey, we're making a deposit of $13,000 into your 401k as part of profit sharing," which I feel like they didn't have to do, but they, it was really nice because I had been gone for months.
Yeah.
But they still, added me into the profit sharing because I was an employee for that year. Look at your company, look at your company's pay, but also benefits are really important. Sometimes I think maybe I should have stayed because after I got that last $13,000.
Come on.
How many companies do that? So
it was crazy. Like, we got quarterly bonuses. I say we because my husband and I, we pool pretty much all of our money and then carve it all out. But when he was working with that company, they would give quarterly bonuses, cash bonuses, which would be usually
quarterly. But it was 3 major ones a year. It used to be 4. Spring bonus. They used to have safety bonus. They got rid of that. There was like winter end of the year bonus, and then like profit sharing bonus.
That's what it was. And those bonuses would be like what, 2,000 roundabout?
Yeah, it was based on years of service and some other things.
This is his job. He worked out of high school, y'all.
Yeah.
Like he graduated from high school working for this company and, learning how to be an electrician, which is his trade. And so that goes to show you, like, be really careful with what companies you choose to give your energy to. I'll say it like that because it made all the difference, especially when you were you were a teenager and in your 20s, and we didn't know nothing about investing. Like, imagine the money we could have matched and put in.
Right.
We missed out on a lot of money, but we're grateful for what we do have, and we're just going to move it forward.
Because for years I stopped contributing money into it. But if I had been doing it the whole time faithfully, and the other thing I messed up on is they put you in a retirement plan, and I was like, oh, the risk is high. So I was like, I changed it, put everything where my risk was minimal.
Yeah. I
think I only put like 3% of my investments in high risk. So I talked with the guy at the office one time, and he was like, look, you're cutting yourself short. But like, people who started around the same time as you already had like $500,000 in their account. It was like, and it's only because you put your money in low risk. Yeah, it's safer there, but it won't grow there either. So sometimes, especially when you're younger, you need to play that risk to help your money to grow.
That could be a whole separate video. Maybe it will be one day. Y'all let us know. Do you want to know more about this investment life? Let us know in the comments. But we just had to tell y'all real quick about the employer match and compound interest. Even when your company is no longer matching, it still will continue to grow. And so anyway, that is the retirement piece.
It adds up quick.
It really does. It's crazy.
It doesn't seem like it. It seems like you're losing money right now, but it adds up quick. If you really stick to it, and especially if your employer matches, it's free money. Yeah. If they make bonuses in your 401k, at your, what's it called when you start a new job?
New hire orientation.
Yeah, see what you can get.
Yeah. Barter with them.
Barter.
You're like, listen,
I don't like that deal.
You gotta move on.
You're worth it.
Nice little pep talk. Even say, okay, next up are surveys. Surveys are things that I really plan to do while I watch TV, because if you are aimlessly watching TV, watching your favorite shows, why not make some money passively by doing little surveys on your phone? Don't be like me and not do them at all, which I didn't do at all for the month of June. Highly recommend on-the-go surveys and swag bucks. When I do those, I make the most money. What are you about to say?
Nothing. I've never done that in my life.
Micah would never. This is stuff that I do. Remember, my goal is to be able to stay at home with my daughter and continue to homeschool her and work part-time. So these are all the things that I like to do so that I give myself money to live off of. The next section are dividends. More fun stuff for Mikey. So we are new investors. We talked about the 401k, but now we're going to talk about the stocks game. So we primarily use Robinhood for now because we are new to it. We did just start with a couple of others, which I will talk about in a minute. But for the month of June, Micah made $3.80 in dividends off of his investments, and I made $1.29 off of our investments. So dividends are given out from these companies that you invest in, and basically how heavily invested you are in those companies is how much kickback or dividend you get. And we choose to reinvest that money instead of pulling it out. That is what you call free money. And so by us automatically reinvesting it, we are just giving ourselves more free money to invest and build our portfolio. So total for the month of June was $5.09.
Yeah.
That's pretty good for us. We have a very small portfolio.
Right.
We're under $5,000. So we'll take it. And depending on the month, it'll grow.
Right. It's better than the savings account. Because that same $5,000, we might have got, 1 or 2 cents?
Yeah.
So I'll take the $3.
Next section is referrals. And so speaking of Robinhood, Robinhood does these amazing things where once every few months, they always have the referral deal where, like, if one person signs up, you get a stock and they get a stock. Well, for the month of June, for every one person that signed up, they gave you 3 stocks.
Oh.
So I don't know if you know that. You need to check and see if you got any. I didn't even check. But I got one person. Shout out to you. I'm not going to say your name because I know it's someone who watches my channel. But they watched my May passive income report and they used my Robinhood link. So happy investing, girl. But she was able to make me, thank you, girl, $13.41. Okay, now the last section I want to talk about for the month of June is my miscellaneous category. This is money that I didn't categorize because it's stuff I didn't expect. And I just haven't figured out what sections I want to put this in yet. So first off, I have amazing clients that I work with that I do lifestyle coaching with, and I help with their finances and their beginner budgeting. And so I had one client through RochelleAdamson.com who realized that she had her bill set on auto pay, but for some reason the money was not taken out of her account for 3 months. And she was one of my beginner deals. Basically what I did in the month of January for the new year, anybody who signed up with my services only had to pay $10 a month for the first 6 months. And so she was one of those people that did that. Sent me $30 in the month of June, like, hey, this is catch-up money. Next up is Amazon gift cards. I think I'm going to make a category called gift cards next time. We were packing up and we found 3 $25 gift cards. Do you remember that? So
I remember.
We're thinking that they're probably the gift cards that we used to get from our landlord as a thank you.
Oh, yeah.
For sometimes he would ask if he could show our place because he was trying to sell it. Next up, I just want to take this opportunity to let you guys know that if you are in the market to buy a Tesla, we have a Tesla referral code in the comments below. Share with a friend, share with a family member, share with a foe. If you want to buy a Tesla, let us in so we can get some free supercharger miles. Please and thank you.
Share with the foe.
And we also have a Tesla channel dedicated to nothing but Tess, our boo thing, our Tesla, our first purchase. And if you want to know more, link in the bio. Actually, Tesla. And then the last thing is just free game. I always like to share tips that I learn along the way. We don't have an HSA account, but if you do, once again, go to HR and find out, do you have an HSA account, a health savings account? This is money that you could be using to either cash out or invest. And so I'm seeing a lot of people talking about this. Check out Tanisha Davis, Road to Fire, Mommy Trader. I'm always giving these channels shout outs. Family Finance. They are talking about how they are investing this money. And this is not illegal. First off, I like to start with that. It's not illegal. Anyway, find out more about HSA accounts. Okay. And the last thing I want to say for the month of June, we took part in Prime Day. And I know, we're in the budgeting community and we're like avoiding opportunities to spend money. But what my husband and I like to do is we have a shared wish list on Amazon. He uses it way more than I do, but for Prime Day, I'm so glad that we had it, because we will hold out and not buy things for months. And then when it came time to buy our car, we knew we needed to buy some things for that. We also bought some things because we knew we were moving to a new house that was unfurnished. And so I took that opportunity to open up an Amazon credit card. That's the first thing Micah's not gonna, you know that. The Chase card that I got. Anyway, by opening that card up, I definitely talked to him about this. This was a long time ago. By opening up that credit card, they gave me a $150 gift card to spend, purchased $659 worth of items, but the total actually came to $739 by the time they added in tax and fees and whatever else they come up with. So $739. With our gift cards that we got from family and friends, and with that $150 gift card, our balance came down to $538.71. So if you are going to shop on Amazon, highly recommend creating a wish list or a save later list so that you can really decide, are these the items you really want to get? Okay, and then I lied. I thought that was the last category. YouTube is the last category. Okay, so YouTube brought in $267.95. And if you want to know more about how I monetized my channel and grew my channel to over 5,000 subscribers, giveaway coming soon, then email me. Link will be below. And let's talk more about it. So for the month of June, total income passively made or made in a fun way, total $1,831.14. Disclaimer, that does not include my husband's employer match or compound interest. I just choose to just keep it separate and just mention it. But $1,800 cash we brought in for the month of June. And I say cash, what I call Amazon gift cards, because when do I never not need something off of Amazon? So I'll take it. For the month of July, rental income, $600. Credit card cash back totaled $262.21. We bought flights, we bought hotels, we booked rental cars. So if you want to know how all this is going, check out our travel channel, Rochelle Adamson Travels. What are you doing? What is up?
Oh, nothing.
If you want to interject, just interject.
The overtime signal.
Next up, receipt cashback. We scanned in enough receipts to equal 750 points. Don't forget, check out my referral code so we can both get some money. We'll get some points. And also in the month of July, I was able to redeem a $25 Visa gift card from Fetch by using all my points. Next up is interest and surcharge reimbursements, which totaled $13.55. Amazon affiliate marketing, $2.03. Don't forget, use those links in my bio. Next up is gifts. My favorite section. Okay, so Amazon gift cards. I received $6 worth. So employer match for my husband's job. They are both not yet available because they pretty much only give out statements once every 3 months. So we'll check back with them later in the year. But just a little cute little side note, I do have a little small IRA. Okay, it's a little baby IRA from when I worked as a part-time nurse, and so it totaled $4,009.93. It gained 0.08% in interest, so I will take it. I do plan on transferring that over to another company, but for now, it's still growing where it's at. So
0.08% or 8 cents?
No, 0.08%.
Okay. So how much was that in cash? Or do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
Ask your thing.
Don't worry about it. Do the math, y'all. So
next up are our surveys. Again, I have not been doing them. When I get back home, I'm going to make it a point to try and do these surveys while I watch TV. Next up are the dividends. Micah had a really good month, y'all. He did $14.18. Well, he received $14.18 in Robinhood dividends. I received a modest 62 cents. So that totaled $14.80. And once again, I have referral codes below for Robinhood and also M1 Finance, which I am just starting to use this month. in the month of August, and so I will share an update on how that's going later on this month.
I started one too, actually.
Next section are referrals. So speaking of Robinhood, I received another free stock because someone used my Robinhood code to sign up for the first time. And so I received a $3.15 stock. Thank you, girl. I know who that is too. Our next section is miscellaneous. This is stuff that happened that I did not plan on receiving. I didn't put the work in. I just received it. First off is the child tax credit. I almost forgot to add this to like a minute before. When you came back from getting water, I was like, child tax credit. $250 we received for Eva, and that will happen every month for the rest of the year. And so our plan is just to put it to the side and save it because we know we're going to have to pay for her health insurance every month, and that's very expensive. Yeah. And so we are just going to stockpile that money. Next up is my YNAB. YouNeedABudget.com. You know that I switched from EveryDollar to YNAB, and if you want to know why, check out the video, Eye in the Sky. I love me some YNAB. I'm currently on a nice little learning curve, but I am really seeing the benefits of using it. If you want to stop living paycheck to paycheck, check out YNAB. I have a free code in my link below, and what YNAB gives you is 34 days to decide if YNAB is the app for you. And so someone used my code last month, and so I get a free month. Now I pay for the year, so I'm assuming that free month will kick in after that is over, so that's kind of cool. This is your second reminder to use our Tesla referral code, and also subscribe to what is my YouTube name? Actually Tesla. If you want to know what it's like to own a Tesla, pay for a Tesla, drive a Tesla, all that good stuff, check out our Tesla channel. It's loads of fun. And then we also want to just mention that Eva's website received a $50 PayPal gift. Someone found her PayPal and gifted her this money. This is just, she's always winning residually. So they put on there that they want shea butter, but then we've tried to reach out to them multiple times, no response. And so we're just going to take it and roll with it. It's nothing we can do.
They didn't leave an address or anything?
They left an email address, but not a mailing address.
And the email address didn't work, right?
No, that was something else.
Oh, something else. Okay.
Yeah, that was my budgeting client.
Okay.
So, yeah. That happened for Eva. And then the final source of income that I received was, of course, my YouTube. And so that totaled $473.38. July was popping. I was behind, so like I did really good, posting like 2-3 times a week in the first 2 weeks of July, but then life happened. I had gas, moving, packing, all that, and so we ended July with a Goodbye July series where I posted a video every single day for the last 6 days of July. If you want to know how that went, Eye in the Sky for you to catch up on my content and see what you missed. But yes, honey. So anyway, for the month of July, we brought in $1,712.11 in passive income / fun money to make income. That doesn't include Micah's employer match or compound interest. But how do you feel about them apples?
I like those apples.
Delicious and sweet.
Oh.
Almost $3,600 in income in the last 2 months without really realizing it. Like Micah and I literally sat down for the last 2 hours before filming this. Like, see what's on there. See what's there. You see what? So I encourage you. I make this video every month on purpose. I did miss the month of June, but I post this on purpose separately from my budgeting content because I highly encourage you to count up that 50 cent here, that $3 there, that $5 there, count it up. That is money saved, money used. And if you're not tracking it, you're doing yourself a disservice, y'all. And when I first started making these videos, my passive income was like $100 for the whole month. And now look, it's almost $2,000 in 1 month. So it's possible. And I just love sharing the journey and recording the journey because I can go back at those day one videos and be like, wow, look how far I've come. And so it just makes me more grateful. My gratitude levels right now are just, yeah, I feel really good about that. That helps me. That this is the data that I share to Micah as to why I can stay home and not work. Hey babe, I made $1,800 this month. Can I stay home? And my Kelly Stamps voice, can I stay home?
Which is special.
What's so special?
Okay, now let's talk about time to to talk about what we do for a living, why I quit my job, why we moved to Hawaii, and why we love to do trade school versus college.
I think we should stop here and make a whole nother video because it's 22 minutes already.
Yeah, you're right.
And we should end the first video like that with the timeout and check out our new video to see. Cliffhanger!
Go eat!
Yes.
We just realized that this video is too good we're gonna have to break it up. We're just gonna have to break it up.
Next time on Actually Travels. Or what is it? Rochelle, but what is it?
Rochelle Adamson budgets. Why is it so hard for y'all to remember? So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace, love, and budgets.
Aloha.